palms by your feet or stretching forward. Just be intuitive, listen to yourself, take a moment. You might not decide straight away. And then once you do find a position that's comfortable for you, remember you can put a block or a cushion under your head if it doesn't arrive to the floor comfortably. But you always want to feel long in the back of your neck. So if you think of the skin of your neck being stretched with no wrinkles, when your head does touch the floor, maybe focus on the forehead and the nose touching eventually. Sitting the hips back onto your heels, maybe encouraging that through pushing your hands down into the floor and pressing. And just hold this position in child's pose. I'm looking at you, but you want to really close your eyes maybe and just keep your head down. Hi David, nice that you joined. Welcome both of you. And if you want to add a visualization to this, so the aim of this position at the moment is just to calm the nervous system, stretch our back, our spine, and focus on being still. And that's hard, especially if you've had a busy day, lots of ideas or calls or emails or projects going on. It will take a while to just stop the faffing, as they used to say to Paris, stop the faffing. Just get into the position. And then try and hold that stillness. Nothing to do, just to breathe, ideally breathing in and out through the nose. So maybe close the eyes and imagine as you breathe in, if you already know what you're doing with your body, you can imagine as you're breathing that the air is coming in through the floor, in through your forehead. You can imagine this air going across your head to the back of your head and coming out through the back of your head. That's the breath in. And as you breathe out through the nose, imagine that the air is coming in through the back of your head, across your brain, and out through your third eye, in between your eyebrows, and into the earth. And that's up to you to add that visualization if it works or not for you. In a way, it's to clear our thoughts and focus our mind. So take a couple more breaths. As you do that, I'm looking up, but you want to really try and just keep your head down. See if you can walk your hands a little bit further forward, just subtly, and lengthen the spine a little bit more for a couple of breaths, still in this child's pose. And maybe you can set, while you're just holding this position, in your mind an intention for your practice. So maybe you can dedicate it to something personal you want to achieve, professional. You can dedicate it to something that hurts in your body, focus your attention there. And then on your next breath in, on our next breath in, we're going to walk our hands to the right side of the mat. So just stay in this child's pose and walk your hands slightly diagonally to the right. I'm mirroring you, yeah? And then relax the head down. So you can really focus on the left side of your back. Let the left shoulder drop towards the floor. It tends to be higher. Try and get a good breath in, and think of lengthening, breath in, breathing out, really anchoring the hips down. And then coming back to the center and to the left side. Again, I'm mirroring you. So walk your hands to the left, diagonally, and then let the head again just hang. Hold it there, a couple of breaths. It's the right side of the back that we're stretching now. So maybe you can breathe into that space. What I mean by that is imagine that space expanding, the right side of your back as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel it heavy and sinking down. And on your next breath in, coming back to the center, just stretch your arms forward one more time, breathe in. And slowly on your breath out, curl up onto your hands, onto your knees, and you're going straight into what would be a cat position, rolling the spine like a bridge, really trying to suck the stomach back, push the floor away. As we breathe in, look up, open the chest and arch the spine. Let's do that again. Breathing out through the nose. Try and keep the breath out all the way till the C-shaped spine, and then breathe in, drop the hips, open the chest, look up. Let's do one more. Breathing out. And breathing. Now on your next breath out, you want to push the floor away, toes against the floor, and see if you can come up into your first downward dog. Downward dog is a position with your feet quite far from your hands, just like a plank would be. So you're not really moving your hands from a plank to a downward dog. You want to bend your knees as much as is comfortable to get to real straight spine, and help yourself to do that by sucking your stomach in, squeezing it up and back. Try to keep your hands far from your feet. Keep breathing there. Let's do 2 more breaths. You can maybe move the knees if that feels good, or lift one heel up while the other one drops down. Just feel comfortable in the position, warm it up. Now, your next breath out, see if you can roll forward into a plank through a domed spine, like a cat, what we just did before, but come to a straight spine into that plank position. Then breathe in, lift the hips up, bend the knees, come back into your downward dog. Try not to move the hands, spread your fingers on the mat. Exhale, roll into plank, that's 2. We're doing one more, guys. Breathe in, stretch your hips up, look towards your feet as you do that. As you breathe out, you're looking at the space in between your hands. Hold it here just for a second. Hold it here in your plank. Drop the knees down. And then it's your chest and chin that wants to go down. Just check this out. This is a repeated movement. So you want your chest and chin to come down in front of your fingertips. Squeeze your elbows tight. And once you're there, try and use the hands to push your chest along the floor even further forward. Stretch your legs there and lift yourself up into a little cobra. Squeeze your elbows together as if they wanted to touch behind your back. Try not to put hardly any weight on your hands. Maybe you can close your eyes or look up. Try to focus the eyes and just breathe deeply 3 times. Breathe in, try and lift the heart up. Breathe out, hold it there, that's 1. 2 more like that. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out, that's 2. Last one. Breathing in, lift a little higher. Breathe out, forehead down. See if you can press the floor away. Come from a plank into a downward dog. And just hold your downward dog. The option would be to bring your feet together in a downward dog and bounce your chest back about 10 times. And that only, if that feels good. That's it. 5 more times. 5 and 4. 3 and 2. And 1. Now, exhale, roll into your plank. We're going to repeat what we just did 1 more time. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Breathe in, stretch your hips up and back. And again, exhale, roll into your plank. Breathe in into your downward dog. That's 2. Exhale, roll forward. Hold it here. Drop the knees as you breathe in and then breathe out. See if you can do that yoga press up, chaturanga, with your chest and chin in front of your fingertips. Slide forward like what was I going to say? Like a snake. I had to get the word out. I've been speaking too much Spanish, guys. Squeeze your elbows together, close your eyes, look up, hold it there for 3 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. That's 1. Breathe in. See if you can squeeze your feet together and hold it there. That's 2. Try not to move the eyes, so keep them either looking up or closed. Breathe out, press the forehead into the floor, press yourself into a plank downward dog. Bounce it back or just hold it there. 10 bounces. 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Look at your hands and walk yourself slowly forward. Try not to move your hands from where they are. Bend your knees as much as you want to or have to get your feet as much in line with your hands as possible. So you're walking to the front of your mat. Knees are squeezing together, feet are also. Press the feet down, the hands down, and try and lift the hips up, but don't get your stomach separated from your thighs. Try and really squeeze your stomach still to your thighs. That's it, Toby. Relax the head, just hold it there for a couple of breaths. Let your head hang. Breathe in and out. That's better, Eddie. Last week I was looking at the recording as I was editing it. And I remember I did say something like a sheet of paper or lift your heels up a little bit at the back. And that does help elevate the hips and stretch the back of the legs. But don't lift them too much or it takes you out of balance. That looks good today, much better. Try and just relax in this position. I know it's not easy. Try and just relax the head, let it hang. Do one more breath. As you breathe out, bend your knees. See if you can roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time, like a your Pilates class. So chin to chest, stretch up till you stand. Once you're standing, just hold that position still, feet together. See if you can bring your right hand to your heart. I will mirror you now, and your left hand to your stomach. And just be still, close your eyes. Try and close your mouth. And just listen to yourself breathing through the nose. Maybe you feel your heartbeat, maybe not. Just be aware of anything that comes up. One more breath in and out. As you exhale, just let the arms hang down. And on our next breath in, we're going to lift the arms up. And you can't see my fingers, but check them out. It's only my arms I'm showing. Anjali Mudra is with all the fingers interlaced except for the index finger, yeah? The thumbs crossed, stretch your arms up and by the sides of your ears, breathe in and keeping those arms just as they are, feet together, squeeze your inner thighs, breathe out and just slide yourself towards the right. Remember, I'm mirroring you. Squeeze those legs together, David, that's it. You need to push your feet down to stretch away from them. So breathe in again, come back to center. We're moving it for the moment, Toby. So come back, exhale to the other side. Left, just come into the stretch lightly. So you need to push the feet down to stretch away from them. Breathe in, back to center. Try and grow. 2 more like that. Just squeeze the inner thighs. Slide yourself to the right. Nice. Breathing in, back to center, lengthen. Breathing out to the left. That looks much better, David. Breathing in, back to center. Okay, guys, just take a moment. Bring the hands down to an namaste. Take a breath here with your right hand now on your heart, left hand on your stomach. Just listen to your heartbeat, connect with your breath, and just check what I'm going to show you while you hold the stretch now. When you want to stretch something, anything, you need 2 forces minimum. So if I were going to give you this towel, really only gravity is the force that's stretching it down, but there's not an actual force down. So you need to always have a minimum of 2 or 3 forces to stretch something. When you are doing your stretches, you need to look for that energy too. So even though you are stretching to the right, we focus a lot on that and not enough on grounding the feet, for example. The opposite is just as much needed. So push down as much as to the side. Okay, that's your break, guys. Let's come back up, interlace our fingers, stretch them up, lengthen the spine. Push down, first of all. Push down to lengthen your spine. Slide your tailbone down a little bit more, maybe. And then keeping your feet like roots. Push yourself or slide yourself to the right and hold it now. Try to breathe into your left lung. You're massaging your heart, your left lung.
Breathe out, hold it there, 1, 2 more breaths. Breathe in to your left lung. Exhale, push your hips forward, feet down. That's 2, so much better. 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out, that's 3, lovely. Inhale, back to center. Exhaling, straight away to the opposite side. Push your feet down, squeeze your inner thighs, hips forward. Slide your body to the left, breathe in. See if you can bring your left shoulder forward. Breathe out, that's 1, 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out, that's 2. Last one, guys. Breathe in. Breathe out, that's 3. Nice. Inhale, back to the center, lengthen up. And now as we breathe out, we're coming down with our arms by the sides, bending our knees, and grabbing or pushing the floor away with our palms. Relax the head down 1 more time. You can hold this position like this, or you can try and bend your knees and really cup your heels with your hands so that your heels are right on top of your fingertips, if that's an option. So if I go sideways, it'll be 1 and 2. And then you want to try and slide your hips up and get your head to just relax down, heavy like a bowling ball. Bend your knees as much as you can, or want to. Squeeze your elbows in if you can, Eddie. One day they'll be touching behind your thigh, behind your calves. That's it. Breathe in and out 1 more time. Use your breath. Deep stomach breath. Great. When you're ready, let go of your feet if you're standing, or let go of your hands if you're standing on them with your feet. Breathe in, up halfway. And as we breathe out, jump or set yourself into a plank. Remember, if you jump, it's a chaturanga with bent elbows. You should arrive, yeah? Breathe in, come up 3 times into an upward dog. So look up and then breathe out, drop down. That's 1. We've got 2 more. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, drop down 2. 1 more. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out. See if you can flex the feet. Hover. Push yourself up and back into your downward dog. Bounce it back if you can. If not, just hold it, or child's pose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Just breathe there for a second. Try and really ground your left foot into the floor. And lift your right leg all the way up. So try and stretch the knees, stretch the heel if you've got the space. Flex the foot, that's it, Chris. And then just hold it there. See if you can lift your hips up high to push your heart back a little bit. So we'll hold it there for 4 more seconds. 1 deep breath. 3, 2, and 1. And hold it to bring that right leg in between your hands, ground the left heel into the floor and come up into a warrior 1. So you're holding your warrior 1 here. 2 shoulders face forward, your hips face forward, your arms can be separated, palms can be together, but really try and get your arms in line with your ears. Elbows stretch, breathe in. Breathe out, see if you can bend the front leg a little bit. That's 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, push the left hip forward a little bit more. That's 2. 1 last one. Breathe in. Now as you breathe out, see if you can squeeze your elbows into your rib cage, like we do in our Pilates class, and then breathe in, stretch them up. So we're doing that 3 times. Exhale, squeeze, slide the shoulder blades down as you do that. Breathe in, stretch up. Keep those warrior legs, push that back heel into the floor. Exhale. And inhale up. Last one, you're going to hold that exhale. You're going to bend the elbows still. And then take your arms back. See if you can interlace the hands and fingers, or just keep them up and back. It's a bowing warrior. There's options. Forehead to knee, or forehead or crown of the head, to the floor. So see where you want to go. You can go halfway, but you really need to think of pushing your left hip forward, your right hip back to me. Yes, you're still warrior legs. Go on more, even more, even more, even more. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds, and then inhale yourself all the way up. Let go of the arms, exhale them down, and step yourself back, chaturanga, yeah? So step back with the right, chaturanga of your choice. You can have a break here, breathe in, breathe out, drop down 1, breathe in, breathe out, drop down 2, 1 more, breathe in, see if you can hover, breathe out, press the floor away, plank downward dog, hold it or bounce it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Hold it there. It's the left leg. Same thing, same work. So our left leg is coming up. Try and hold it up first of all. And really work on your hips being square. Sometimes we drop the left hip too much. So just see where you want to go with it. Lift the heel up, but flex the toes so they point either to the floor or to the wall behind you. Push your heart back. Breathe in 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then step it forward in between your legs. Ground the back leg, push the arms up, or slide the shoulders down as you do that. Hold that warrior 1. Palms can be together, separate them if that feels better. And just do 3 breaths, trying to concentrate your eyes on somewhere that's in front of you. Try not to move them now. So you're breathing in. Now as you breathe out, bend that left leg, stretch the right leg more. You're not changing the position, you're just going deeper. And then again, breathe in and breathe out. Stretch that right knee more. I'm sure you can, all of you. Last one, breathe in. Now again, slide your tailbone down towards the floor. Make sure you're not arching the spine. Exhale, that looks better. That's 3. Okay, hold that, we're just adding the arms. Inhale, exhale, 1. We can be a bit more dynamic. That's it. Breathe in, back up. Exhale, 2. Breathe in, back up. Exhale. Breathe in, back up. Last one, hold it down. Exhale, hold it here. Check the arms. So the arms are going back and trying to stretch them behind your back. That's it. Now, see if you can lift the chest before your back, so it's a real bow. Inhale up, and then see where you're going to go. You can go halfway to the knee, halfway down to the floor. But if you are, you really need to think of stretching the right knee. Keep pushing the right hip forward. It's not an easy position. It's a balancing one. So it works balance. You need to think of your feet like roots. No separation between the floor and you. Take your weight back to the back leg, to the back heel. That's it. Well done, Chris. Nice. Hold it there. 4 more seconds. Go on. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Come up. Stretch up. Try and find that balance as you come up. And then exhale down to the floor. Press the left leg back. Chaturanga, your choice. Breathe in 3 times into your upward dog, or take a pause in a child's pose. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, drop down. Last one. Breathe in, lift up. As you breathe out, flex, push, and go back. 10 bounces. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. See if you can lift again the right leg up, 3-legged dog. So just like before, find that position straight away. Now you've worked it already. Straight away, bend the knee, open the hip but not the shoulders, and take that right foot towards the left side of the mat, not treading on it, but just keeping that hip high and open. That's it. Push the right shoulder down. Now try and look under your left armpit towards your right foot. Hold it there, push your heart back even more. Go on, lift the knee up even more, Toby. I'm sure you can lift it up. Point it towards the ceiling. That's it, but not the shoulder now. Open the hip, but not the shoulder to lift that knee up. Yes. And then when you're ready, step it forward. Step it into your warrior 2 this time. So you're pushing the back foot into the floor, but now the hips are squared to the side. To the left side. I won't mirror you, I'm using my right foot. So it's a warrior 2. Focus the eyes in the middle finger, the right middle finger, and just hold that position for 3 breaths. So you're looking in the front, at the front hand, breathing in and breathing out, trying to bend that front knee but stretch the back leg. Notice if your weight is very forward and push your left hip down to push the weight to the back foot. Go on, one more breath here, we're nearly there. Breathe in. Slide the shoulders down, keep those strong legs and reach back into a reverse warrior, that's it. Try and look at your palm now, that right palm. Slide your left fingertips down your leg and breathe there. See if you can bend now the front knee a little bit more. You can even play around with lifting the right heel up. Find your balance there. One more breath. Go on, just hold it there. Breathe in, come back to warrior two. Exhale, drop the front arm, that's the right arm, and slide the left arm into side angle. And here you can use a block, or you can be on your knee with your right elbow. See where you want to go with it. That's it. Now as you do that, push your elbow or your arm against your leg and your leg also against your arm, so it helps you tuck your tailbone in. See if you can look up, hold it. Hold the eyes, hold the focus. Bring the chin down rather than up though as you look up. Great. This position is going to lead us into a side plank. Be clean if you can. So you're dropping the right arm down, step in, the right leg back, side plank. Nice. Now options. Here, we did this in Pilates too, so we've trained it a little bit this week. Or you can lift the leg up. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Into a chaturanga. All the way down. Breathe in 3 times. Breathe out. Drop down. Breathe in. Lift up. Breathe out. That's 2. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flex the feet, the elbows, push back. 10 little bounces. Child's pose if you don't want to chaturanga or hold your downward dog. 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We've got the left side to go. When you're ready, it's the left leg that lifts, three-legged dog. Try to ground your right heel down as your left leg lifts. Push it down. Push your heart back. Hold it. Then bend the knee. Open the hip and let the hip help you stretch with that leg open. That's it. Much better. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, see if you can bring that left shoulder down towards the mat. Look under your right armpit towards your left leg. Great stuff, guys. When you're exhaling next, just step yourself forward, straight into your warrior two. So warrior two is just a holding position today. Try and look at your front middle finger. Make your arms be held by your back, not by your shoulders. Slide your shoulders down. Really stretch that back foot, back leg. Bend the front. Push the right hip down. Tends to be higher than the left. Push it down. Go on, don't fidget. Let's do 2 breaths. I'm there with you. Exhale. See if you can get further into it. 1 more breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, breathing in, lift the left arm, turn the palm, go into your reverse. Keep strong legs. Keep pushing that left knee, not only bending it, but pushing it back. Look towards your front or your top palm. Breathe in and out. 1 more time. We're nearly there, guys. On your next breath in, wave the arms up and come into your side angle. Use your block or your elbow. Either way, you're pushing your arm into your leg and your leg into your arm to twist your shoulders around towards the ceiling. Push your arm behind your ear. Try to anchor that back heel. Just hold it there. It's looking good, everybody. Breathe deep now into your back. Feel that diagonal line. And now be clean. So the left hand comes down and you come into your side plank. From your side plank, lift your right leg up if you want to. Imagine you're hanging from the ceiling from your right hip. Lift it up higher, the right hip, that's it too. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and then drop into your chaturanga. Or have a break, it's up to you. Breathe in 3 times, exhale, drop down. Breathe in, exhale. 1, breathe in, exhale, fold, press, and bounce it back for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. We're coming into a child's pose. Just for a second. You can lengthen the arms forward. Just take a break here. See, you can close the eyes and come back to either your intention. Maybe you can come back to listening to yourself breathe or focusing on your breath up and down the spine or through the head, whatever works for you. Calm the heart down so you can connect with your heartbeat. Okay, so we're going to stay on our elbows now. We're going to hover a bit. We're going to work upside down, which is very good for a lot of things, but it's especially good for keeping healthy. So strengthening all the immune system. Also for circulation and heart and all those things that you know. Press the hands into the floor and see if you can just play around. These are just little preps to do, yeah? We're doing about 6 of each. See if you can just bend the elbows. They might just bend a little bit. You might get all the way to the floor and then push back into your downward dog. So you're pushing about 6 times. Try not to do one and the other. As you go down, then push back up. Squeeze your elbows towards each other throughout, so don't let them splay out when you go down. That's going to train a nice dolphin, a nice headstand. Squeeze them like a chaturanga, nice. When you've done 6, have a break and I'll give you the next prep as you break. Nice, good. Okay, once you've done that, then you want to keep your elbows on the floor and play about with keeping here and just finding as much as you can, walking forward to find your hips right over your shoulders. So what tends to happen is that we walk here and then the shoulders sink. You need to think of pushing back. So what we're going to do as a prep is sink and push, sink and push 6 times. Yeah? Stop me if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Just have a word with me. So walk up, that's the first part. Bend your knees to get close. That's a bit too much there, Eddie. That's a bit too much. Push the floor away now. Push the floor away, lift your head off the floor. Bend your knees to get it off easier. Yeah. And then let it sink. And then push your heart back towards the back of your mat. That's it. And then forward. Bend your knees. You'll get more play out of your hips, but keep your hips high as you bend your knees. I know it's not easy. Have a break when you've done it or when you're tired. If there's any niggles, I know that, Chris, your wrist and your shoulder. So just tell me, talk to me, yeah? I know you know good practice anyway, so you probably know what to do there. Okay, so that's the idea now, is to hold a dolphin either with the feet down or feet down, one leg up for 8 seconds and the other leg up, which is the final kind of position. So you want to, again, come to that position, work out that you're not here, but you're pushing back. So if you want to measure it as I'm not there, your arms are in line with your ears. Your arms are in line with your ears when you're down there. So then you're pushing back. A lot of people teach it like this. I think it's better to get this alignment first and then try hold this for 8. If you feel still strong, try and hold one up. If you can, try and push the toes off the floor. I'm not saying jumping, I'm just saying pushing. Yeah? Try and push 8 seconds, then the other leg, 8 seconds. You count it and you have a break when you need it. Get the head off the floor, off the floor. Push the elbows down to get the head off. And work on that especially. That's it. Toby, if you bend the leg that's on the floor, you should be able to walk it a little bit closer to your elbows and therefore maybe be able to shift your weight a bit easier. It's not easy anyway, but there. I'm not sure, Eddie, if your elbows are too wide. I don't want to interrupt your practice, but I'm not sure. Just check they are. That looks better to me. Yeah. Have a break in a child's pose when you've had enough, so that I know also, and I'll give you the next prep. Okay, so I would like us to play around with a headstand. First prep for the headstand is at least make sure that now, even though your head is on the floor, you're still using your elbows just like before. Walk your feet, bend your knees as much as you have to push the hips on top of your shoulders, and try lifting toes up. With your thighs stuck to your stomach. Then see if you can do 2. Then see if you can do your hips so they align. Can you see that? And then maybe stretch all the way up. Yeah. And those are options. Again, if you're comfortable already with your headstand, you can stay there. I'm going to count about a minute, and it can be a minute to chill out or do the preps. Or talk to me and say, hey, it's not working in my body, and we can figure it out. Not everybody's the same, so you just need to kind of research what works, what doesn't. That's good, Eddie, I like that. Nice, cool. Nice practices. You're looking very good. We've got about 20 more seconds, but you can keep it longer. I'm just saying for you to know how long you've been holding it. Whenever you want to come down, you don't have to, you can come down. If not, your feet are on the floor and you're just doing your head down, hips up, just like a downward dog but on your elbows. And when you do come down, remember you want to be in a child's pose with the head down for at least 20 seconds more for relaxing and stretching the spine. Let's do one more deep breath. Just try and be still. And maybe think of your intention as you breathe deeply. One last deep breath in stillness. Okay, so we're coming into our last sequence, which is going to flip into world thing if you want to. We've warmed up the spine by strengthening it. World thing, remember, you can turn it into a wheel, but you need to play around with the arm. And I'll just go through that because I know that, Chris, you're there literally, and I just want to make sure that your arms are safe. So when you're here and you're crossing this leg over, the options are you can have one stretch, one bend. You can have 2 bends and turn it all the way over. If you're going to use the whole wheel, you can't see this hand, it's pointing out those fingers. I need to turn them to point in. So I need to turn my hand, use my other, put my fingers in, and then readjust. And then when I go back, I readjust the same way. It's harder because of that than anything else, really, once you've got the wheel.
So we're going to try that or not. You can keep the sequence just in the three-legged dog if you want to. Let's go for it there. So press the heart back, hold it here. 10 little bounces just to warm up the spine. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lift the right leg up. Lift it up, three-legged dog, then bend the knee, open the hip, feel those positions, then let the foot fall if that's your practice today. It doesn't have to. If you let it fall, see where you want to go with it. Go all the way, half the way, adjust, find your wheel. Breathe deeply there. I know, you need to play about with it. And then when you're ready, come back and step forward, guys. Big step forward with your right leg. And this time we're going into that lunge. And it's a deep lunge like a crocodile, but we're holding the knee up today and just sliding forward and back with that heel. And just playing about with flexing and pointing the toe. Do a couple more breaths here. And see if you can or want to either put a block or 2 blocks, come down to your elbows or maybe stay where you are. See if you can go any deeper, but keep the knee up if you can. That will stretch the back leg, the back thigh. And just to finish off now, drop the knee if you haven't already. Walk the right foot out to the right side of your mat, and then you're going to lean on the outer edge of the right foot to push the right leg out as much as you push the right inner thigh out. You're trying to stretch away from it. So you're trying to make that right hand, right arm long. You can look towards your right shoulder or your left shoulder. So your knees turned out like a hovering pigeon. That's it. Nice. And then slowly come back. Step your chaturanga, step it back. And drop it down. Or find a child's pose if you're tight. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop your chest down. That's one. Breathe in. Lift up. Breathe out. That's breathe in, lift up, breathe out, press, push, and come into your bounces for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, and 2, and hold your downward dog. Lift your left leg up. So three-legged dog, go through the positions. Then open the hip, feel the difference. Bend the knee, feel the difference. Let the foot hang, or maybe let it ground, that left foot, so that you come into your wheel. Yes. The thing is that we need to come into the wheel, literally come into the wheel. Start turning. I actually cheat and start, look, Chris. I start turning already as I put it down. To help me get my other arm down there. And then step it forward, guys, when you're ready. Lift up in the three-legged dog, step it forward with your hand. Nice. Yes. Beautiful. You got it. It's just working it out in the body. Nice one, nice one, nice one. There it is. Hold it there. So we're in a lunge, guys. Sorry, I got a bit excited. In a lunge, don't drop the knee. Don't drop the elbows yet. Just try and flex the foot and point it first of all. And just feel your calf here and your hip flexor should, as you flex and point, you should feel them stretching one way and the other. And then maybe drop your elbows down. This is very challenging, not only as a stretch, but as even core. You really need to hold your core and your deep core muscles here so that it's not so strenuous on your legs and arms. So really try and squeeze your inner thighs, even here, work your core so you're lying on your arms and feet. Now, dropping the knee down, that's the right knee, walking your left foot out and pushing the floor. It's with the right hand in the floor. Eddie, I'm not sure if the other side you're listening to your body, which I like, or I didn't really explain it properly. Try and see if you can, if it works for you. If you're pushing your hand, your left hand in your left inner thigh, and then stretching away from it. Let's see if I can mirror you. Yeah, you got it, that's it. So you're trying to open all that out. And then you can look up, or you can keep it down but not sinking. Push the floor away. And let's just do a couple more seconds there. Try to relax the hips, breathe into them. And on your next exhale, drop the hands down. Press the foot back, go on a chaturanga all the way down, breathe it, lift up, exhale, down. Breathe in, lift up, exhale, 2. 1 more. Breathe and lift up and press the floor away. Coming to your downward dog. From your downward dog, can I give you a last fruity maybe challenge? Look at your hands, bend your knees and jump just behind your wrists. Now, you can, oh, nice jumps, guys. If you want to, you can just hold a forward stretch, which will be our version of a plow today. So you can just hold it here, or you can try and come into your crow, and from your crow, see if you want to drop the head down and come into your headstand, maybe into your chaturanga. Look forward, Eddie, look forward first and then drop the head when you're coming into your, use that control behind you to control with your feet how fast you go. Yes! Nice ones. Careful. Push your hands into the floor, careful with that bed. Push your hands, it's the hands. And the elbows, Are you okay? You are okay, no? Nice, Toby. Nice, Chris. Look forward first and then come into it. That's it. Look, the spine looks fine. I think it's the head. You need to look forward and then drop it when you're in balance. Can I leave you to practice that? Maybe next week see the improvements. Eddie, let me know you're okay. Just tell me if you're cool. Yes?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll worry about beds.
My...
Just make sure that your beds are out of the way and any kind of things that could hurt you. All kitchen things, Toby? Chris has got a good space there to just kind of fall everywhere. That's a good kind of, environment. Okay, just calm down now by bringing, again, your hands forward, your forehead on the floor. Just breathing it in and out. See if you can do deep stomach breaths. So see if you can breathe in and really push your stomach out as you breathe out, really squeeze it up again. And just do 2 more like that. Think of your intention or visualize the breath coming in and out your third eye. And then slowly rolling up. Roll up so that we're kneeling. And here kneeling, we're just going to stretch the neck quickly. So interlace your fingers, press your chin down, and see if you can just squeeze your chin towards your chest, your shoulders away from your ears, and stretch your neck here. Just try to hold that position for a couple of breaths. And maybe once you've held that position, you can do a figure of 8, still with your head down. So you'll sway your head to the right and to the left, drawing like a figure of 8 with your nose. It's a good way of thinking about it. And then coming back to the center, just stretch your left hand to the floor. Try and keep your fingertips, maybe even your palm pressing down.
And then pull on your head with the right hand. Remember that I'm moving. Try and keep tall in your spine, so don't sink. That's it, David, much better. Breathe out, just breathe and push the head down lightly. And we'll do the same other side, yeah? So drop the right hand down and then press on your right side of the head with your left fingertips. Close your eyes maybe. Just breathe here. Imagine the breath is coming out in and out of the right side of your neck. Nice. And then come back to center. Sway the legs forward, and we're just going to finish rolling down. So take your time to roll one vertebra at a time till you're laying down. We're going to do a twist and then go into Savasana. For your twist, we're going to cross the left leg over the right. And if it's okay for you to double cross, you could do that or single cross like me, yeah? Once your left leg is over your right, you want to let your legs drop to the right and try and look towards the left hand. Spread the arms open. Keep the upper back on the floor. And then just breathe. Really try and breathe to your right lung, to your left lung, sorry, and to your stomach. Breathe in and really swell your stomach out. Breathe out and squeeze it in. And just keep doing that. About 2 more breaths. Breathing in. And breathing out. Last one. And when you breathe in next, just rise the legs to the center and cross now, uncross and cross the right leg over the left. Maybe double cross if that works for you. Or like just single cross, drop the legs to the left side of your mat, of your body. And see if you can open your palms, your arms, and look to the right side, to the right arm. That's it, you got it. One day, your right ear will be on the floor. Do one more breath in. Really try and swirl the stomach out as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, squeeze it in. That massages your stomach, helps you with digestion. And then come back to the center. Let go of your legs or uncross the better said. Maybe you can hug your legs in, do a few rolls or sways with your hips side to side, or circle the knees. See what feels good in your body. Be intuitive at this point, just see what you want to do. And then when you're ready, you can come into Savasana, which is the relaxing position. So we're going to do about 2 minutes of total stillness again, but ideally, keep your facing up, lying on the floor, palms are up, and you're closing your eyes. Let your feet hang towards the sides of your mat. And maybe before you actually look for stillness, see if you can press your elbows into the floor. Slide your shoulder blades down and then relax totally into the earth. Let your flesh hang on your bones. So I'm going to sit up, but ideally you're just holding this position in stillness. And let's together, before I leave you to totally be on your own in peace, let's just work on relaxing certain parts of our body that tend to hold tension. So if we start with our head, just take the attention as if you were seeing or feeling your head with your eyes closed. Take the focus there and just try and relax the skin of your scalp. And then run through your scalp to your forehead
And notice if there's any tension in the sides of your forehead, you can relax. Your eyebrows at all, that you can relax. Then take your attention to your eyelids. Even though they are closed, try not to tighten your eyelids and let your eyeballs kind of fall heavy to the back of your head. See if you can also relax your cheeks, your jaw, the corners of the mouth, maybe even keeping the mouth a little bit open. And then relaxing the throat. Relaxing the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, fingertips. Just send that message, relax. Relaxing again, all the chest area, take your focus there. The solar plexus, trying to relax the hip area. Sometimes it helps me feel like I'm smiling with my belly button, with my stomach. Try and relax the hips, the groins, the knees, the ankles, the toes. And see if you can really try and stay in stillness. So take control of your body. Try not to let your body take control of you. And ask it to be still. It's literally 2 minutes. That's where you kind of start to practice focus, concentration, which is hard, but very necessary to listen to yourself, to oneself. Anyhow, I'll leave you there. 2 minutes of stillness. Slowly, let's start breathing deeper, still in our laying down position, but just starting to wake up the body with a deeper breath. taking the air, the breath to your fingers, to your toes. As you wake up the body slowly and take your time, just see if you want to stretch your arms behind your head. Just give yourself a big stretch, a big yawn as you breathe in. Once you've had a stretch or just done whatever feels good for you now, try to turn to the side and take a moment in a fetal position. So just laying down sideways and reminding you that that kind of represents a rebirth. So a rebirth of a person that's more aware or more conscious or more present. And when you're ready to sit up, let's just finish sitting up together and breathe in one last time. Any comfortable sitting position. Just make sure your spine is straight. That's the important thing. And then if you want to put your right hand on your heart, left hand on your stomach, it's nice to check in again just to see how you're breathing and how your heart is beating. And it's also nice to observe, notice if there's any changes. There might be, there might not be. There's not a right answer to this. And just take a moment to listen to the breath. Listen to your heartbeat, or just connect with your heart. And remind yourself of the intention you set for this practice.